Hey guys, Daylight Dave, BAC V RR. Hey guys, this video is going to be a little bit different. You know what? I thought I'd kind of gear this towards people that are newer in the hobby and talk about my layout construction. So I'll run a train towards the end of it if I got room. I'm kind of working off of a different phone. Actually, this phone has better video quality. But my regular phone is pretty much maxed out. I ordered another SD card, but I won't get that for a couple days yet. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about layout construction and what I've done with my layout. My layout is about 20 feet, and it kind of varies between 20 and 23 feet by 40 feet. And I started in 2005, and I'm kind of showing this scene right here because I worked on this. Well, I started it yesterday afternoon. I kind of finished it off here. But one thing about when you start a layout, and I'll go through the whole process, but at some point you get to a point where you can work in details. And I go, this is kind of my favorite part, just working on all the details. We got what they call a Form B here. These are red flags, well, they just call them red flags in the railroad. And it's called a Form B, and you cannot go by it. Trains cannot go by it unless they talk to the foreman in charge. And the guys came out here, and just like I did at one point when I ran down the Tracy sub, I ran with one engine and a side dump car, and I dumped the side dump car, and I dumped a bunch of gravel. My ballast is, well, in this area, this has been redone over the past 3 years, completely redone, this Fremont area. And my ballast Woodland Scenics, it's fine. It's great, light gray, and I blend it myself. I buy them separately, and I blend it to the way I like it, as opposed to buying it already pre-blended. Same thing with this. This is actually a medium blend that I blended, and I use this for road crossings. I kind of like the medium, the little heavier ballast gravel for that. And like I said, it's so much fun just putting in little details. I got a little phone box there. You call the dispatcher. There's a little signal there. It's what they call an uncontrolled absolute signal because this is CTC through here. And my signals, I got a signal maintainer up here. My signals are operational and real simple operation. The way they work is trains coming along, and that'll take down the signal. It just drops it as soon as the train goes over the points. And there's my whole relay array, and I design my own stuff depending on each control point. Each control point is different. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's go. Okay, first order of business. Hey, first thing you got to do when you decide to build a layout is you got to come up with a design. Hang on, I'm going to show you all my crazy designs too. Okay, this isn't the actual track plan, but in 2005 I started the layout. Been here for about, well, over 15 years. But anyways, there's about 30 plus different designs. And, you know, when I was a teenager, my parents were nice enough to where I could have a layout in one bay of the garage. You know, living in California, you can park the cars outside, so they always gave me one bay of the garage, so that was kind of nice. But anyways, I did all these different designs, and I started construction, and was into a layout for about 6 months. I didn't like it, so I tore it down and started over. Oh, here's everything you want to know about my Helix, by the way. Keep that up for a second here, but I did Helix YouTube videos. I think I did 3 videos on that, but in case you're curious. Okay, anyways, back to this mess. So the first thing you gotta do is frame everything up. You know, I kind of like framing. I don't know, I was kind of into it. There's some math involved in this, especially with my helixes, getting everything under, over, up and over. You can kind of see the heights here. And this is just a slight duck under right here. I just have to kind of bend my head over. You guys have never seen this because I haven't put this together for about 2 years. I don't really need to, but this connects my 2 staging yards. So I'm kind of playing around right here and 3-track staging back there. And my bridge right here. Like I said, I hardly ever connect this because I really don't need to. And especially because it blocks the door and I got to duck under it. Hey, this works good. Pipe wrap. That way if you bump your head, your back, or whatever, you hit this pipe wrap. And 3-track staging there. 2 tracks down there on the lower level. There's 2 tracks hidden back there. And you kind of see I got crossovers built into this too. And this allows me, this track here, this just kind of allows me to run around the whole layout. You know, this track does too, loop around. So, okay, so framing. Next thing you do after framing, you decide, well, do you want to put down homosote? Do you want to put down whatever type of rope bed or foam rope bed? And I think most people put it down to help deaden the sound. And lower level, some of this is hand-laid track, individual ties, hand-laid. I'd like to hand-lay all this at some point. But this is called homosote. Paper product, really dense, great for spiking, especially when you're hand-laying. Okay, you do that. Next up, got to do the wiring. And nowadays everybody's kind of into DCC, and man, it is so much nicer than DC block wiring, because you got wires. I used to have wires all over the place here, and it was great when I tore them all out and I put this in, so it is so much cleaner. Yeah, there's some work involved as far as putting up all the feeders, but you ready for this one? I probably shouldn't do this. I should probably have feeders into each track, and you kind of tell how many cars each of these tracks hold. And I redid this probably about 3 years ago. I tore this all up because I wanted an intermodal facility here in Oakland. This is Oakland. Anyway, so I've got feeders. I think just 2 main feeders here, and then they go. I don't have any feeders in these tracks here until this point right here, until the throat, called the throat of the yard here. And I got some feeders, exactly right there. Feeders right there, and they feed the whole thing, and it works great. I don't have any problems with it. I suggest if you have an engine facility, use something that you can kill the tracks, so you don't have power going to all your engines all the time. So these I can all kill. These are all killed off here, so they're not on all the time. Okay, next up, after you got your framing, your tracking, your wiring in, your DCC, got a workbench. Hopefully you got a workbench someplace, and I got a CTC panel too, which is being decommissioned. This is always handy, having a whiteboard. But I have everything. I use NC. I like it. I recommend it. But I have my box right here. And you guys saw my other boxes over here too. So, way in the corner there. Beep, beep, beep. I'll zoom in right there. The lower one's on, which means lower level. The upper one is not on. That's upper level. The old MRC pack, that just controls, I don't know, some of my lighting. Got a little bit of lighting going on, so I recommend, depending on the size of the layout, some type of shut-off switch. These are my boosters here, and these are my lights. Here's some more of my lights here. I can control this. My SD&E. Makes it real easy. I just push buttons right next to my on my workbench. You guys know Wi-Fi. So I mentioned to you guys I try to do my ballasting first, ballasting my track first, then I do the scenery around it, work around that, and take off and go from there. That's the next thing. If you guys are wondering what size wiring I'm both the larger wire, and this is the smaller. These are my feeder wires. I like solid core wiring. It works great with suitcase connectors. I have about 95% suitcase connectors on my layout. My Helix doesn't have suitcase connectors. Oh, here's my little Scenics chair. I just toss it on a chair. There's a piece of wood there, and I can roll it around and work wherever I need to roll. A bunch of my scenery material. So here's my main wire here. I can't remember how many feet. I want to say it's 500 feet. I think these are like 500 feet or something like that. It's 12 gauge wiring. I decided on red and black. Okay, so you guys kind of know I'm passionate about signals. When I worked for the Union Pacific, I was so into the signals, and I'll tell you what, if you know how the signals work, the rules governing your movement with the signals, you stay out of trouble. And there's so many different signals. But like I said, I taught a lot of newer guys, you know, they're my firemen, and I tried to teach them about the rules regarding signals and your movement. And I have well over 50, I don't know, well over 50 signals on my layout. Yeah, and they're all pretty much all functioning too. Okay, so once you get through all that, you know, you start your scenery, you get some scenery down, and then I call this detail scenery. And it is so much fun. This is, I don't know, this is kind of like my favorite, because this is what brings your layout to life. Just little bitty things that people can look at. Here on the ST&E, they had, this is for real, they had for a number of years, it's just a repair place, and they just did car repairs out in the open. You know, they'd set out cars here for whatever repairs, and they'd come out here and do them. I don't know if they actually did trucks. That might be a little bit much, but I figured I'd just do that since I got the little jack stands. You buy little details, and you know, you got welders, and you can buy all these little cool guys, and that's when it really gets to be fun. You know, little details like this, wigwags. You know, over the past 5 years, I've tried to get a lot better as far as, you know, you buy a kit, and that's great. You can build it real fast. I shouldn't say real fast. But hey, if you put a little more work into it, you paint it, put some detail work in it, and it just pops so much more than just, you know, building a kit, not putting an awful lot of work into painting it, when you can just take some spray paint and paint it before you put the darn thing together. Works a lot better. So this is out here in Balota, on the ST&E, which is where the tracks used to go. And I call this my Balota ethanol plant. Yeah, you can play around with water features. Kind of fun. Some of my industries are based on real industries, like this one's on the Tidewater here. And an actual steel place that they had there on the Tidewater. And that's how the darn building was painted too. And this is out here on the SP, out here in Oakland, on the Embarcadero line. They call it the Embarcadero line, which kind of ran along the bay there. They had a cement gravel place out there. And, ConAgra, I don't know what it's called now. It keeps on changing names. Grain place out there. And they convert it to flour. But yeah, fun stuff. Back here in Fremont again. Yellow, red flag, yellow, red. You guys have seen my East Oakland a number of times here. And it's fun just, you know, creating stuff, junk piles, and my little control points, and just creating just a total mess. My little signals. Got flags out here, green flag. This is Graffiti Central. This represents Continental Can. They made tin cans for all the produce. Or what am I trying to say? For all the canned goods. That's what I meant to say. For all the canned goods out here. Nabisco. Of course, you guys have seen my Stockton yard. Diesel shop out here. Stockton. A little work of those sanding towers too. Came out nice. We got to put this train together. So Z-Train's got to go back east, and this train's got to get going here with this Norfolk Southern. They want their engines back. So we got an auto trainer, AGBMI. We're holding here. This is common practice. Even though I got an approach signal, I can proceed. But I don't want to go, because if I go, and then I'm going to end up stopping at the BNSF, and then I'm going to end up blocking a crossing. And we don't want to do that. And unfortunately, my brother, Dispatcher Doug, oh my gosh. You know what he just did? Yeah. Oops, there's a bump into something. He's got that West Gold train going through. Come on, buddy, where's your headlight at? You know, a big heavy dog coming through. He's going to run that. He wants to get that thing cleared up to his BNSF diamond here. Come on, buddy. Go over and pound this diamond. Holy. That time you see a West Gold, you see a lot of lumber, and this train's got the lumber. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got TV on too. I forgot I blew the headlight out on this darn thing. That's why it ain't working. At 2416, that leader, he's got a sound unit, obviously. I think I'm going to order a decoder for that at 2866. He's non-sound, but I just love the sound of GEs. They're hecka cool. Really sweet. I hope you guys can see this. Got the yard in. Got an advanced approach flashing yellow there at Hunter Street. You're just gonna keep on cruising. Go down to Lathrop. Look to the left and go to Fresno, Bakersfield, non-stop. Straight to West Colton. I'll have to count the cars, but there's a long train. Just put it that way. Hang on. I got to give a shout out to his name is Daryl. He's outside of Chicago. Moved back there recently. Retired, but he's got a layout that he started here just I'll say late last year. But he's just working full time on it, cranking, and it's called. There's two of these layouts. Two separate people that have layouts with the same name. But it's called the HO Scale Evanston Sub. And I'm not sure, some of you guys follow him, I think. Anyways, that's card number 45. I gotta count the rest. But he just cranks on it. As far as like layout, construction, you kind of watch his videos, you go back and see his videos, and man, he's gonna do a beautiful job on his layout, so. Okay, let me count some more. Let's see, we're right for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, 50, for 1, 2, for 3, for 4, 5, 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, 60 here. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 70, 1, 2, 73, 75 cars. Yeah. Short West Colton train. Uh-oh, he's not even duped up. I have a feeling he's going to have to dupe up there in Bakersfield. Who knows if he'll make it up and over that mountain there. 45 cars! Man, the signal didn't drop. Hang on, something's going on. There we go. I kind of forgot to plug in something to get that thing to go. I got a separate, kind of saw that my separate control pack drops those things. Back in service again. Then we're going to have to call it signal maintainer. Cool, brother. See you later, buddy. Have a safe trip down to West Colton. Okay, guys, I'll leave you this shot here. Like I said, it's just a little bit different, and I got to get that SD card because I ordered I think it's like a 512 or something like that, gigabyte. So I got to do some switcherooing. Anyways, in the meantime, Daylight Dave. Hey, BAC 5, we're working on the railroad. Signing out.